All right, so today I want to talk about what things are still going pretty well for me. Um, so I wanted to talk about some wins and some revelations, so to speak. So as far as wins, like I have been pushing forward on my goals, like reaching out to people that I want to network with or do speaking engagements with. And what I found is what helps me the most is not hesitating. I usually have a tendency to hesitate and be like, I come up with an idea or somebody who will come to mind that I want to reach out to, and then I'll immediately be like, okay, I put it on my to-do list. But what I've been doing is been like just stopping whatever I'm doing if possible and just doing it immediately. Or like if I can't do it in that moment, when I'm able to do it, do that before I start doing anything else. And that has been very beneficial. I've done that in the past when I worked for corporate America, and it was so fulfilling and rewarding to see like things that I want to accomplish just getting put into action immediately. But it's not my natural tendency. It's the habit that I'm going to have to create. I really have a habit of just like thinking of ideas, writing them down, and then going back later. But what I realize is that creates this anxiety within me of all the to-dos that I have to do later. And so if I just start doing things now, as soon as I think of them, it doesn't create a to-do list to do later, right? So I definitely want to continue that and spread it through the rest of my life. Maybe like with my mail or whatever, because my mail looking a mess. I need to go through it. But anyway, so that was one thing that I wanted to share with you guys. But I also wanted to share that as I'm going through this process and starting to make some progress on the things that I want to do and making time in my day, like I was struggling with just even a few days ago, I've started to like take charge and be aggressive about my time and sneak away anytime I can to record videos or work on my progress while I'm like chilling, doing nothing, scrolling social media, just trying to take charge with that. The other thing I'm starting to realize is that another reason why I wanted to quit my job is because there's other parts of me besides just transitioning career. There was just other sides of myself that I wanted to develop, like the familial side, like the mother side, the just being more of myself. I won't go into detail. And as I'm like working on one area, other areas are cropping up. It's just like, hey, you're doing well with that, so time to focus on this, and getting into the rotation. And I almost like am feeling like I want to put that to the back burner and continue on the path that I'm on. But I had to remind myself like this whole experience is not just about career development or career transition. It's about Jen transitioning to being more Jen, who Jen wants to be. As I call myself Jen, which is what I said I don't want to be called. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. I ain't there yet. I get there eventually. So yeah, so I'm excited to have the time and the space to explore that side of myself and work on to develop that side of myself. And I really think this area that is like cropping up right now that's craving my attention will ultimately circle back and help me with the career transition side of myself in the long run. But in the short run, it's going to take my attention away from that process. But I'm not going to stop making baby steps. I'm just not going to continually focus all my energy on it, if that makes sense. Because the end goal is to be a well-rounded individual. one of the things that I hated about being in corporate America is that I was just this one career focused woman, and then I got off of work and then I was mom. And there's so many other facets of me that I want to flesh out and build out. And yeah, and so I am proud to take the time to do that. It's kind of scary to think about doing it because I feel like I could get lost, but this part of my life is more about the journey. And if I do get lost, like, the resilience to find my way back is more important than never getting lost to begin with, right? My ability to find my way back is more important to me than never getting lost in the first place in this part of my life, because the journey is what makes everything so fulfilling and worth living for. All right, so that's all I had to say for today. And y'all take care. I'll see y'all tomorrow.